Time now is 7:36, and joining us live via Zoom this morning is John Cuvion of JMC Analytics and Polling. He's helping us break down some of those election results, both on the local and national levels. John, good morning to you. We'll start on the local level, and one of the biggest races for voters, at least here in East Baton Rouge Parish, is of course the mayor-president's race, and we know that that race is headed to a December runoff after Sharon Westenbroom got about 48% of the vote to Steve Carter's 20% of the vote. One of the candidates only needed 51% of the vote to avoid heading to a runoff, so Broom was only 3% shy of that. What do the vote totals from last night tell you about what we could see with this December runoff?
So going into the runoff, Mayor Broom is in a very strong position because in addition to the 48% of the vote that she received, Denise Marcel, who is a fellow Democrat, received another 7%. The sum total of that 48 and 7, or 55% of the vote, is basically the vote that, in my opinion, Mayor Broom can count on in December, barring any steep drops in black turnout.
And taking a look at voter totals in East Baton Rouge Parish, at least the voter turnout, there are about 70% of people turning out to vote in the election yesterday. That's a combination of early voting and election day voting. Do you think that we'll see that same type of enthusiasm in the December runoff, knowing that we will not have the big national races on the ticket as well?
Most likely not, because number one, as you just mentioned, we do not have any national races at the top of the ballot, nor are we going to have a Senate or a congressional race. So the mayoral race is basically the top of the ballot now. Number two, we're going to be having the runoff during holiday season. That always presents a challenge when you're talking about waging a campaign, because voters are now beginning to focus on other things.
Keeping it local, taking a look at those 7 constitutional amendments that were on the ballot statewide, we know that 2 of them failed, 5 of them passing. Any surprises in the results from those amendments?
No particular surprises. The one amendment I figured was going to pass overwhelmingly, and in fact it did, was the pro-life amendment, the Amendment 1. But I didn't really see anything that surprised me with regards to the election results from those amendments.
And this morning we know that the results from the national race, the big item of race, obviously the race for the White House, is still up in the air. Something that you just tweeted just a few minutes ago is that there are at least 8.5 million votes that still need to be counted from a number of key battleground states. What do you think that tells us in terms of how long we are in for a haul here before we have a clear winner?
So I think we're talking about several days, because you have massive volumes of uncounted mail-in ballots. And those mail-in ballots, by the way, are a very major factor in the Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin contests, which thus far have been uncalled.
And that is John Cuvion of JMC Analytics and Polling joining us this morning to help us break down some of those election results from last night, both on the local and national levels. John, thank you for being here with us this morning. We appreciate your time.